make is a little bit of a what I call a Z fold card on this one, just to just to show you. So I'm just going to move that to one side, because what I want to do first of all is I want to do a bit of stamping. So I'm just going to grab my stamping mat, and without chucking things on there, Debbie, and I'm going to grab my stamps. So if you just bear with me a second, I'm just going to grab my stamp. So I'm going to use the Fantasy Forest in this one, and I'm going to use that lovely, do you know where I was talking about the Father Christmas in his sleigh with the reindeers? I'm going to use that one just to go over. So if I just grab that off there for a second, move that to one side, and let me grab my stamping platform. So I'm going to use my little stamping platform for this one. Now, again, using your stamping platform just makes it a little bit easier so that you can see where you're going. I'm quite happy with that, but I want it to go upwards. So I'm going to just have it on I'm going to have him on there we go, just on a nice slant. So I'm going to take my pigment ink for this one, because I'm going to emboss with it. So I've got my clear embossing powder ready, and I've got our pigment ink, and it's the opaque pigment ink, and it's the jet black one. So I'm going to stamp with this one. So just pop that on, and just give it a few pats, and then I'm going to just place that going over those trees there in the background. Just make sure I've got that into place. There we go, pop that down, and then I'm just going to throw on there my embossing powder. So it's clear embossing powder, and because it is pigmenting, I mean, look at that stamp, how beautiful that is stamped, precise, clear stamping. I'm just going to run that over and grab some sheets of paper. And then I'm going to take my heat gun. So I'll just pop that on there. All right, just for a second, and just give me a second while I just pop this in, because I know what I'm like. The last time I did embossing live, I blew it all over the place. I'm not going to make that same mistake twice. So we'll just pop the top back on there, just for a second. And then I'm going to grab my heat gun. And we're just going to emboss that. Now I'm just going to let that warm up for a second before I pop that on there. And just, there's two ways you can eat. You can either eat from underneath, or you can eat from on the top. Either way, doesn't matter, it's just a preference. But I'm just going to, oh look, there you can see that going now. But again, and it just gives that little bit of, and when I say added detail, it just gives that little bit of a shine by using embossing powder. The stamping itself would have been fine. However, I just wanted to give that little bit of an embossed detail with that lovely sheen and shine over the top. Now that's that bit done. Right, so look how lovely that looks. That really does, just over there. It looks really fabulous. Now I'm just going to do exactly the same, but this time I'm going to use the beautiful Simply Stags. So this time I'm going to take Simply, and I think I'm going to have that lovely majestic looking one at the front, because I think he's gorgeous. Look at him, he's lovely. But again, these are a beautiful design in there, because they've got that lovely silhouette feature. It gives that solid shadowy look. I really do like this. I think it looks fabulous. So I just grab that one, let me take that one off there, and I'm going to pop him on there. And again, I'm just going to do exactly the same. Just get my stamping platform straight. There we go. And exactly the same. Stamp that up. And because this is the pigment ink, it just means it leaves a bit of sticky time to get your embossing powder on there. So I'm just going to place that, and I think this time I'll have him down at the bottom. There we go. And place that on. Oh, look how beautiful he looks. Again, really gorgeous. And I'm just going to pop on my embossing powder. There we go. And then just take my, where did I do that piece of paper? Let's bring that piece of paper back in and just take that off. There we go. And again, before in fact, I'll just move that to one side. I'll pop that back in a minute, and I'll just get my heat gun again. And again, just eating over the top of the image, and it'll give that beautiful embossed feature to it. So I'll just pop that over the top and let that just set. You can see that change. I don't know if you can see, can you see there where it's changing? Fabulous. Oh look, it almost catches it, and then just instantly all of it goes. It just looks fabulous. But I love embossed detail. I just think it just gives it a different finish. That's the beauty of our pigment inks and what they can do. But again, look at that beautiful stamp. How fabulous does he look? So I'll turn that off. So that's that bit. I mean, look at that. How long did that take me to do that bit? And already you've got a beautiful scene there because of these gorgeous paper pads and then beautiful stamp details. And we're nearly good to go with that one. But I'm just going to leave that just over there because what I'm going to do now, I'll keep that panel for that one and that one, is I am going to take some of this gorgeous, and I can see I've already been using some, but this is that gorgeous black glitter cardstock, and it really is. Can you hear that? Can you see I don't know if I can do a little bit of a close-up. Can you see that gorgeous glitter? Really sparkly, but again, non-shed. And this time I'm going to use the die. So I'm going to use that beautiful Arctic deer. So this time I'm going to place that over the top, grab my Gemini plates. And because it's glitter cardstock, I like to use my metal shim for glitter cardstock. Glitter cardstock is beautiful. It's a luxury, beautiful cardstock. It's got a coating on it to keep that encapsulated glitter on there. So I like to just use my metal plate when I'm using it. But again, that's just a personal preference. So just popping that on there. And it's the same platform that you would do with your normal die cuts, but I've just added the metal shim in. Now I've placed my Gemini just down here, so if you see me bending down, it's just because we've left the Gemini down here so that we've got all these lovely things on the counter so that you can see them. And can I be honest, it's because we've got that much. If I'd have put my Gemini on, I wouldn't have had any space to do anything, so we've changed it up slightly. There we go, so let's just take that off, and again, let me grab the poker tool. Now then, where are you, Debbie? Poker tool just to one side, and let's just get him out because this is beautiful and he die cuts really lovely. Let me take that little bit featured out. Don't know if you can see that. If I bring that close up, I'm not sure that you can see, but the beautiful detail there. Again, he's got a lovely, and you can see all the embossing features in his eye and his ears. Again, it's really gorgeous. You'll see this yourself when you get hold of the collection. So I'm just going to use my all-purpose glue. And again, also with this is I've used from all the collection. This is the beautiful mirror card, and it's that gorgeous, like a greeny tone to it. Pop that on. There we go. And then I'm going to just put this on top as well. Again, just using all-purpose or your tape pens or whatever you want to use. Just place that on. I'm just going to run that on there, and I love all-purpose glue. It gives me that time to get it into place because you think you've got something straight and then you look at it and then you think, nope, that's not straight. There we go. So I'm going to use exactly the same. I'm going to put my panels on here. So I'll pop that one on. And all I've done is chosen from the 6x6 paper pad. I've chosen that beautiful green background, those gorgeous, just that forest look. It gives a real beautiful foresty detail, this one. Again, just really, they're just amazing papers from that paper pack. Really lovely. And I always would recommend, if you're ever going to buy something, make sure you buy 2 or 3 of them, because once those paper packs have gone, they've usually gone. And if you want to make sure that you don't have to use all your inks or all your different designs, that you've got your paper packs to hand. There you go. So it's always worth doing that. Now, I've already pre-cut some more deer out because I wanted to just pop this on in detail. So I'm just going to take my tacky glue and I'm going to add a few little details on here in the background. So let's just pop that on there as well. There we go. And I'm going to use it's just beautiful. This deer is really gorgeous. Again, just place that on. And then another one. In fact, I think I will have another one just going behind him. Almost looks like the stood in a forest watching him over there. Right, don't need that one. And all I've done is I've taken one of the stamps, Believe in the Magic of Christmas, and stamped onto some matching paper just to bring it all into effect. And I'm just going to place that. In fact, shall we have, let me have a look. I think, yeah, I'll place that on the front. And I'll add, let me just grab my 3D Collal glue. I hope that's, and I'm just going to add a little bow to it. Well, I would add a little bow to it if my 3D Collal glue hadn't dried up. Let me just take that off at the top. All right, let's see if that'll come through. Oh, well, Let me see, have we got some handy to one side? Oh, I can't see any. Let me just see if I've got in fact, tell you what I'll do. I will use just tacky glue and I'll stick that on after. There we go. So just pop a bit of tacky glue down on there. And pop my ribbon on. Hold that into place. And again, we've got now, oops, and I will have to hold that into place. Let me just show you if I bring that in closer. So there, if we bring that in, you can see that lovely, and if I just open that up, just through, oh, which way, Debbie, which way? Get in the right way, there we go. There we are, look at that. Again, just a really simple bit of stamping, embossing, die cutting, and again, you've got yourself a lovely card just all ready.